Okay, so let us pray. The Holy One of all seasons breathes everyone and everything into life. So as you breathe this morning, take a few deep breaths and be mindful of the sacred breath, this sacred breath that you share with all. There is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. There is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. There is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. There is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. As we begin our reflection this morning, I wanted to start with something that's somewhat of a miracle to me regarding the seasons. And this is a picture in our backyard of an autumn clematis. And for the entire summer, while the rest of the garden is flourishing and blossoming, and it's everything, this stays green all summer long, the vine, until September. And in about the first week of September, it just bursts into this incredible autumn clematis of white star-like flowers. And so I share this morning because I think it is about seasons. It's about the seasons of nature and the seasons of our life. And so now the time's come to clean up the garden, to bring in the peace poles and the shepherd hooks and the solar lights, store away the patio furniture, put away all but one of the bird baths and the chairs and the tables. And many of you have probably either started this or already completed this task, though perhaps not in California, you don't have to do that. But by now, most everything is looking kind of weary, like it's running low on energy. I wouldn't say that fall is my favorite time in the garden, and actually makes me a little melancholic. However, it does get me to thinking about the garden's transformative journey over the past several months. of how its life began with humble seeds that grew and flourished into a magnificent tapestry of color, texture, fragrance, food, and beauty. And even now, though its life has entered this phase of relinquishment, in no way does it diminish what the garden was at its peak, in its moment of greatest vibrance and glory. And as much as I love spring and summer, I do experience a feeling of acceptance and contentment in knowing that each season gets to have its turn, just like this autumn clematis. Each season gets to have its turn, its moment of glory, even the dark and the cold of winter, because it's all part of the cycle of life. And this is reflected in our lives too. Our lives often experience different seasons, each one having its turn in shaping us as life unfolds, as we move from one season to another and back again. We grow in our understanding that there is a season for everything. And so I invite you to spend a few moments reflecting on this question. Which season is asking for its turn or speaking to you at this time? Is there a grace being invited? invite you, holding your reflection, to join in singing There Is a Season. There is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. There is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. There is a time for giving birth. There is a time for dying. There is a time for planting and a time for uprooting, a time to suffer, a time for healing. There is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. There is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. There is a time for weeping. There is a time for laughter. There is a time for searching and a time for finding, a time to mourn, a time for dancing. There is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. There is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. There is a time for keeping. There is a time for letting go. There is a time to speak and a time for silence, but always a time for love and peace. There is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. There is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under heaven. And so whatever the season may be for you, may you be blessed with the gifts and graces that it offers. So have a good day, everyone. See you next
Thank you,
time.
Kathy.
That was great.
Thank you, Kathy. It was beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful
Right.
photo.